Hello. Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. We hope you had a refreshing break. We are now ready to begin our afternoon session of day 4 with Dr. Nisha Parekh ma'am. We once again invite Dr. Disha Parekh madam and all the participants. So let's begin the next part of our session. Over to you, ma'am. Hello. Ma'am.
Good afternoon, all. So I'll just once again brief out what we have already done prior to lunch break. So just give me a moment, and then we'll start with working on some data set. I'll just show. So we went through various, Matplotlib functions, and just in case if you want, you can take a screenshot or probably write down the functions because we are going to use it next. Right, so we did plt.plot, then for line plot, then plt.scatter for scatter plot, plt.bar and bar edge, both the functions, right? Bar for vertical bar plot and bar edge for a horizontal bar plot. We did plt.hist for a histogram. You can take orientation is equal to horizontal in case if it is required, to show it horizontally. Then there is box plot, which is going to help us analyze the outliers in the data set. Then plt.py used for depicting a pie chart. Right. Then there is subplot, which is going to have multiple plots into one single figure. All right. So it is like figures and axes. Then we have plt.legend, which is going to help, or mark a legend inside our plot so that we can understand what line is what, or probably what is the, required data that is given, what is its variable name and stuff. Then, in order to give title to the plot, we had seen plt.title. Right, we even saw x level and y level, which is going to level our x-axis and y-axis for that particular plot. Then plt.grid will display the grid. For example, if I give true, it is going to display grid, otherwise it is false. And plt.type layout is going to help us show the figure or plot in a way which is not going to overlap each other. So it is going to give you a proper view. Right. So this is all what we have done across in the first session, that is before our lunch. Right. I'm coming now to the coding part. So give me a moment, please. So very first I'm going to show is Titanic dataset because as I know, just give me a moment, please. I'm I'm sorry again. Okay, so we are first going to work is on Titanic dataset, right? So as I know, probably you guys have been working on Titanic and TIPS dataset. So I have done for both, right? And essentially, this one, that is Titanic dataset, I have only shown you the basic of it, right? Where I have not done much of usage of data frame or other functions that you would have used, for example, group by and stuff, right? So such functions you would have used probably in the previous 3 days. Right, so that and all I have not done. I have done very simple one in Titanic dataset, but in tips, so I'm going to show like how exactly the analysis is done and stuff. Right. So very first is okay. Now I had a talk with Brantav sir, and he said that you can do it simultaneously with me. Right. So I'll be giving you in between 1 or 2 minutes of time, and I wish that all of you are there on WhatsApp group. So in case if somebody can acknowledge once it is done, or probably one of you can tell that yes, it's done. So then only we can move ahead. Right. And I want you to do along with me so that I come to actually know that whether you are doing it or not. Right. So yeah. So very first thing is we import libraries. Right. Here I have imported one library which we are going to learn tomorrow though. It is Cbun because the Cbun has inbuilt data sets. So I wanted to work with Titanic and TIPS data set. So this library we have imported. So there is import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, Cbun as SNS, NumPy as NP, and pandas as PD. We executed. Probably at least all of you would have imported the library. Give me a moment, it's getting executed. And I don't know how many of you are working with Colab, but Colab provides you with faster execution at times, and the load is also lighter than admin, it takes a lighter, CPU usage than your Anaconda or PyCharm, right? But anyway, in case if you are using another GUI, it's fine. Otherwise, you can use Colab. Right. Now here I'm loading a data set called as Titanic. So, and I'm printing some few lines of it. So I have done df.head. All right, I have given it in df. Right, so I have loaded the Titanic dataset. Now all of you would be knowing the Titanic dataset has several columns, right? And here we are going to work with some such columns only, right? For example, we are going to work with class. For example, we are going to work with sex. Then we are going to work with who. All right, and I'm going to show you how p class works. Right, where is there. All right, so such things we are going to just notice once. All right, and so this is a primary data set that is of Titanic. All right, I'm coming now to line plot. Okay, now from here I want all of you to do along with me. So here I'm plotting a line plot for gender versus who. All right, now if you understand, so gender is 3 and it is a categorical data. Just a minute. uh, yeah, so it is male, female, female, male, and stuff, and there is who. So this is the one I'm taking up, who column, right? And I'm giving name as gender, but please understand that I am going to plot it in a way where this categorical data is going to count my particular men, women, and children. All right. So this is how I have done. It is through the help of a function called as value counts. All right. So you would have done yesterday this function. So what I'm doing is I have taken up gender. All right. Over there I have taken up this particular column: man, woman, woman, man. Right. Child is there, children. Right. So that is going to count the total number of males, total number of females, I mean women, and total number of children, right? And that it is going to show in gender. Then here I'm going to plot gender. Y label I have given is who, all right? And then plt dot legend. Okay, now plt dot legend I have written here. Right, just a minute. And when I execute it, this is what I get. All right, this is what I get. All right, now here, can anybody tell me why is it not displaying legend here? What do we need to write inside legend? Do we need to write anything inside legend? uh, you can come to WhatsApp if it is possible and tell me. Just like what in the previous session I taught you, in legend you'll have to write what is what, right? For example, here I can write gender. All right. So this is how I write. All right. And this is how it represents. This is gender, right? And with gender, so here it has already represented man, woman, and child, right? So in plt.legend, we write inside a single quote with a square bracket, that is creating an array. All right, and we prepare a legend. Right, so here I have given marker as equal to o. Marker is equal to o. I can replace this very much without marker and write here, oh sorry, and write here simply r dash and a triangle and execute it. Then I'm going to get a line, all right, because there I have written blue already, so it is becoming blue, but with a triangle, right? So please work like that, all right? All of you, please do that. And you can remove color is equal to b, because I have written here color is equal to b, so it is giving me in blue. All right, line style I have given already dash. So now it has turned up to r, that is red. All right, so this is I want all of you to please do this. All right, and I have already saved the figure called as Titanic underscore age underscore distribution underscore line dot png. So if you check here, you will find this particular graph already saved. All right, so this is the graph. All right, and the line style I have taken as dash. If you want, you can even remove this in case if you want. You can give here the column, and that is going to represent my line into dotted format. All right, so I want all of you to do this, please. I hope all of you are doing with me. I am supposed to check the WhatsApp simultaneously. What's saying? Yeah, I'm checking. I don't know. I'll give you 2 minutes across. So if I'll just increase the size. So in case if you want to read it, this I have given plt dot figure fixed size is 8 comma 5. Gender is equal to df dot who dot value underscore counts. Right, df is our data frame that we have created for Titanic data set. Right, and value underscore counts is going to count the value for all the who column, man, woman, and children. Right. Okay, considering you all would have done with me, I cannot see any WhatsApp here. But anyway, considering you would have done with me, all right, along with me, you would have also done this line floating. Right now, I'm moving towards, just give me a moment, I'm moving towards histogram. All right, now for histogram, I have taken a particular column called age, right? And I hope you remember that histogram works with numerical data, which is continuous in nature, right? I told you in the previous session only that histogram works with continuous data and it's going to be numeric in nature, right? So age, if you check again, age is numeric and it is continuous, right? So this is what we are going to work with in histogram, right? We know histogram has a function called as plt.hist. All right, I have taken data frame def. Over there, I'm going to select age. All right, I'm dropping NA. All right, you would be knowing what is drop NA. All the null values that is there inside age, because while I was working, I saw that Titanic dataset has a lot many, uh, null values. So I had to remove it. So I have dropped NA. I have kept beans is equal to 20. Uh, and color is equal to orange. Edge color I have kept is black. Right, I have done plt dot title histogram of age. X label I have given is age and frequency. When I execute it, you can please change your colors if you want, from orange to maybe black to maybe blue or whatever you want, and this is how it comes up. Right, so I have taken like 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. All right, and this is 1 minute, give me a moment. Yeah, so this is for age, and total beans if you check will be in total 20. Okay, you can take 10 if you want, and you can take 25 also if you want. Right, so for in this case I have taken is 20. You can change the color also if you want. All right, please do this histogram, and just check if you can do orientation is equal to horizontal. And do you need to put hist type? That also you please check, because we have to put hist type is equal to bar, and orientation is equal to horizontal. Okay, I'm not going to do it. You will do on your own. All right, I can show the file. 1 minute, give me a moment in order to make you aware about it. So for a horizontal histogram, yeah, yeah. So here, if you check, you can you just try this? This type is equal to bar. Density, please keep false. Orientation is equal to horizontal. You can try and just check if it's coming up. I'll give you time for that. Please do it simultaneously with me. Okay, for a histogram, please do not forget for any of the plots that you do, please do not forget plt.title to put the title for the plot, then putting X label and Y label for the plot and saving it. Right, I have not saved this. Now you are supposed to save this, so you know how to save it. Plt dot save figure, right? With save figure, you are going to save the figure, right? And save figure, and you can inside the bracket you can write any name in quote. And as I said, it could be PNG, it could be JPG, it could be PDF, right? So try doing that. Save the figure, and it should then please refresh it, and then it should appear here. All right. I am working with an inbuilt data set. In case if you are working with some data set which is external to it, then in that case, please check your OS directory. Right there, it would have been saved. Okay, considering that all of you would have done it, right? I am moving further to histogram of age distribution. Right now, this histogram, what I have shown, has this structure. If you can see, this is what is called as grid, right? The squares, what is there is called as grid, right? This grid are essential to understand sometimes the layout or the perfection of the plot that we have drawn above, right? So grids sometimes are very useful, right? So here what I have done is I have taken altogether something different that is plt.grid. I said if you give true, all right, then it is going to display grid, otherwise it is always going to be false by default, right? I'm just executing this once again. It is just like what we have done up there. What I have done in extra is I have changed or labeled my X and Y with a font size equal to 12. I have given color to my title. So if you can just check, this is 12, font size is equal to 12. I told you in the previous session that we can change the font, we can change the text, right? We can do the customization, right? So I have changed the font size. Now, if you check again, here what I have done is, yeah, title. So here in my title also I've given font size equal to 14. I've given font weight is equal to bold. Now you know what is weight, right? Normally it is unbold. Here I have given font weight is equal to bold, and you can even give color. So it is not like plt.title just has a title. That too has different parameters, of course, optional one, but you can use it. So font size being one, font weight being another, color being third, right? So please use that too. Just check if you can work, right? And I want all of you to drop null values from each because otherwise it is not going to be visible properly. Please do that. And I've kept the rest of the things are just same. Right. Okay, this X ticks and Y ticks is this one, right? That I have kept font size is equal to 10. You can do that too, right? And here I have taken plt.greet true, right? True means this is going to be shown, and this line still I have kept is dot, a dashed line, right? You can keep line style is equal to dash, which is going to give you solid line. That also is possible. Alpha is the green that I have done. So alpha I have taken is 0.7, which is helping me, at least visibly see these greens. Yeah. So this is 0.7. So the alpha is nothing but the clarity or the vision, the transparency of the grid. Right. So I have kept the transparency as 0.7. Right. So that is why on the histogram beam also this grid is being seen. All right. You can change the transparency alpha if you want. All right. You can keep it like 0.3. You can keep it till 1 and stuff. Right. So that is how alpha works. Right. I'm again showing the code in case if somebody is doing with me. Please try saving the figure. This is what I have also done. Please you to do it. Here I have given DPI is equal to 300, which is actually helping me to, save into that much pixel. This what do you say, plot, right? The figure. Uh, Understanding that probably almost all would have gone through this, right? And you would have done with me. Okay, you can change the color combination, the edge color and stuff, right? Change font size, font weight, font type also, right? And once this is done, now we are moving towards barcode. Now, as I said, in barcode we are going to work with class, right? Just give me a moment and just show the data again. So here this is class, right? So we have first, second, and third class, right? So coming back to bar plot, we know that bar plot is done with the help of a function called as bar, right? Which is again with pyplot. So we have plt dot bar, which is always going to be vertical in nature. In case if I want horizontal one, you can do bar h. But then in that case, width is converted to height. I hope you remember that too, right? So what I have done is plt dot figure fixed size is equal to 8 comma 5, right? I have kept the figure size as 8 comma 5. Then survivors is equal to df class. Now class again is a categorical value. I said, right, the part plot works with categorical value, it counts and then it gives the total, right? So the value is counted and the total is being shown in form of that bar. Right? So this is what I have done here. Now in previous case when we were doing, if you remember, we took enrollment number and marks. Right. I even said that we can you have category, and we can have categorical data rather, and we can count that and we can display it. So this is what I wanted to show you. So survivors is equal to, I have taken def class dot value underscore counts. All right. So I've counted the value of first, second, and third class. I've given plt dot bar. Here it is survivors dot index. Right. Then survivors dot values is there, and color is equal to sky blue, right? Now, here if you check plt dot bar, now this index is nothing but the index was this indexes. All right, my x's. Give me a moment. So this my x's. All right, is my index. So it starts with 0 to 500. All right, then I have taken survivors dot values. That is this one. All right, color is equal to sky blue. I have taken plt dot title. Never forget to give the title to your plot. So I've given the title. I have labeled x. I have labeled y axis, right? And then plt dot show. We already know what is plt dot show. It is going to help me see the plot. All right, and this is what I have got. So third is there, first is there, and second is there. All right. Mind well, I have not given text above here. I hope you remember that we also give text to the number, total number that comes up. All right. That we will see in tips. Because as I said, I am just training you for the basic things that is there. All right. The added features and functionalities we will be seeing in tips. Right. So for time being, just see that you get this bar. All right. And I'm again showing this. It is very easy. So probably all of you would have done, but still I'm giving you a minute in case if you want to change the color maybe. Okay, I hope you remember we can align this. right? And there were two alignments, center and edge, right? One starts, one has a center, right? For example, this would have been in center, I guess. Yeah, this is center, right? In case if I do give edge, it starts from here. The float will come from here till here. Then first will come from here till here, and then second, right? So please, in case if you want, please see to that too. Align is equal to center, or probably align is equal to edge, whatsoever you find preferable to, right? So that is bar plot. Considering that you all would have done this bar plot for class count, I am now showing you horizontal bar plot for the same thing. Simple. I have done is I've changed the color. Nothing else. I have just added bar edge. Right. So that is going to show me a horizontal bar. So this is third, first, and second. So according to your values, it is going to be in sorted order. So second has the lowest one, then the first, and third has the highest one. Right. So second, first, and third. Right. I have given as bar H. Right, please put bar H. Right, and I hope you can that we can have height and width set. Right, so here in case if you want, you can keep height is equal to point 0.4, point 0.3 according to what you want. All right, but otherwise over there we keep width. Right, for example, if I want to, this is probably width is equal to 1, right? So in case if I want to change the width, I want to keep it real small, right? I can give point 0.3, point 0.2, right? And we give all these things in the function, right? So bar and bar h, right? In case if somebody has done height and width, please do that too, right? Usually keep it in mind that for vertical width goes and for horizontal always height goes, right? Considering you would have gone through this particular report, I hope till here nobody has any doubt and you all are doing with me. But, okay, I'm moving further. Right now here, from here, what I have done is, if you can just check, I have created a stack bar. Right. If you remember in the previous session when I was teaching you, we saw that bar, the first bar that we created for R and Python bar, right? It was getting overlapped, right? In order to avoid that overlap, what did we do? We did the positioning of our X, right? So X positioning was helping us to, position it in such a way that no bars get overlapped. But what if essentially I want a stack, one above another? All right. So here is the exit stepping. Now, if you remember the previous to this one, if you check this one, it was not exactly stacked. It was actually overlapped. This is overlapping. This is overlapping. So in order to not overlap it, but to get it stacked, right? We have something called as, yeah, here we have something called as stacked, right? Now what we do is we have to group it, right? So I have taken class and sex both being my categorical value. I hope you remember classes first, second, and third. Sex we have is female, male, and child, right? So class sex I have taken up. I've grouped them with my survived. That means all those who have survived. All right. This survived actually consists of, yes, okay. This survived actually consists of 0 and 1, which is yes and no. Right. So 1 being my numerical value, which is my binary 0 and 1, and 1 being sorry 2 being my categorical value, that is third, and we have taken as this male and female, right? So this is what we have done, and we are grouping them. Now you would have learned how to group by I guess you would have done. If not, please check this. I'll explain once. All right, so grouped is one variable that I've taken, bf dot group by. So I'm grouping by what? Class and sex with survived, and I'm doing a summation dot unstack. All right, now summation I'm doing, and I'm not staking it up. All right, so probably those with zeros, those with ones, those with particularly in class and sex. So first class, all the males, 0 and 1. Second class, all the males, 0 and 1. Likewise I have calculated it. All right, and I have kept the data and grouped. Now I am doing grouped dot plot. Kind is equal to bar. This is something new, please see. So I have created a plot. Usually we know that plot function is plotting line. But what if I don't want line? By default, it is always going to be line. So there is another functionality called as kind. So if I give kind is equal to bar, it is going to give me bar format, all right, for that particular plot. So I've given kind is equal to bar, and then I have given a stacked is equal to true. That means I want one above other. All right. Now, if you just check, color is equal to pink and light blue, and figure size I have given is 85. So here, if you check, survival by class and gender, right? So pink color is all female, blue color is all male. So this is how the stacking has come up. These are number of survivors, and this is according to the class, right? So if you check, these are the people who have already like survived, right? Male, female, right? So if you check, the survival ratio of male is quite very low, right? So this is how you can group it and you can stack it, right? So I want all of you to do this too. So here grouped dot plot, instead of bar I have taken plot. In kind I have given bar, and stacked is equal to true. Right, color you can give any combination, right, and always see to it that you can give color palette also. But otherwise, if you give color is equal to pink and light blue, and probably you have three more, for example you want child also to come with that, all right, then in that case you can have child also, and that also can be shown, right. Then figure size is equal to 8 comma 5. Now there are two columns in the tightening data set. One is sex, another one is who, right? So in whom it is showing child also, right? But because we wanted gender specific, so child could be a male or a female. That is how it is shown in the data set. So I've taken sex here. You can take who also, and then you can have three stacks above it. It's fine, right? This is how you have to do. Please do it along with me. I'm giving you 1 minute. Please use group dot plot. In fact, any variable that you have, but plot and kind is equal to bar, so that it represents in a bar format. And keep it stacked is equal to true, so that a stack above one is created. Here also I've given green is equal to true. In case if you don't want to give, avoid that line. Right? Put it in comment. Legend I have shown title is equal to gender. Please save this figure, right? Assuming all of you would have done it, right? Now I am moving further. I'll just show you one, that is scatter plot. If you remember in the previous lecture, I showed you scatter plot and I said that it's of no use in this case because scatter plot is usually useful to check the coordinates, I mean the points that are tending nearer to each other, right? So for clusters of those points, we use scatter plot. All right. So here, if you check the scatter plot here, I have taken it for age and fair, right? So I have given scatter plot for age versus fair, right? And if you check, those points I've taken is purple. Now for just check, there are few points who are so very individual, right? But there are few points which are forming like a cluster and they are so nearer to each other. So this is what is scatter plot. So in case if I want to, when I want to go to analysis or analytics portion, right, and I want to check whether points are really nearer to each other or they are at a distant and as near as possible, right? If the points are nearer to each other, we will have less number of outliers. Always remember this. Right? But if points are very far, they are deviated from each other, you'll get number of outliers will be more. Outliers is the one which I told during box plot. Right? So this is scatter plot that is created, and this are called as clusters. So if you check, they are so dark in color, right? I have given purple color because that's my favorite, but otherwise they are just darker in color, right? And here, if you check, it's so light, it's violet purple kind of, but it's so at a distance, right? It is not tending. This 2 points, yes, they form a cluster. Right, so cluster is shown with this scatter plot. I want all of you to do this too. So in scatter, okay, if you remember, I even told that while you are creating a scatter plot, it cannot work with categorical data, it works with numerical data, right? So age and fair both are numerical data, right? And both being continuous one also. Okay, so you can work with histogram for both of this age and fair. I'll give you 2 minutes, rather 1 minute. Please try doing it and save the plot. Considering you all would have done, okay, again, now I don't have to tell you what is alpha, right? Alpha is for this grids. Now here I have not given line style is equal to dash dash, so henceforth grid is solid line, right? If I give here line style is equal to dash dash, then it is going to be in dashed line, right? And alpha 0.6 is its transparency for the grid. Right, so this is scatter plot for age versus fair. Right, now coming to pie chart. Yes, this pie chart essentially now can be shown properly. I mean, not like the basic plot that we did. I just wanted to show in basic plot how we create a pie chart. Right now, this is one which I have done for field sex, all right? And I told, right, that you can draw pie chart for categorical values also by using the function value counts, right? So this is what I have done here, all right? Because we know column sex is categorical value, right? We have male and female in this column. So what I do is gender, and I'm counting the value for all those gender, male and female, all right? And I'm plotting it with plt.py being gender. All right, so gender is there. Labels I have given gender dot index. All right, so gender dot index is nothing but whatsoever gender comes up. So in sex, it is going to see the index position, so that it will get two of it, female and male, and all right. And then I have taken auto point. It is nothing but for example, if there is weightage is deviating, right, then it is going to fit exactly by 1.1% of it, right. Then colors is light blue and light green. I've given start angle is equal to 140. You can give start angle whatever you want. All right. Usually you can keep even 160. All right. So but I've kept as 140. In case if you don't want to keep it, it's fine. All right. And then pie chart. I've given the title pie chart, gender distribution. Axis I have given as equal, and then I have saved the plot and I'll just execute it once, and this is how you get, right. So if you understand, I have written 35.2% and 64.8%, all right, and this point 2 and point 8 precisely comes from this auto PCT. All right. So that auto point counting is done on the basis of percentage 1.1 f percentage. So after point I want exactly 1, right. So after point I want exactly 1. You can keep 1.2 f percentage, you will get 2, right. So this is a pie chart. I want all of you to do it, please. Do along with me. 1 minute, I'll just close this so that you can see it. I'll give you a minute because then I want to even start with tips, which is very important. Okay, considering you would have done it, all right. In this, please be very cautious that pie chart usually we think it works only with numerical data. It's not so. It works with categorical data more in a way where we count values and we then depict it. Currently, carry we તમે જોયું હોય તો pie charts are like always depicting some categorical data. Right? So usage of pie chart is very important. Right? Coming now to box plot. Right? Here, what I have done is we know that. Age has various null values because I was working with data, so I know age column has a few such null values. So what I have done is I have taken only for male, so I have taken gender, sex is equal to male. I've taken their age. I have dropped all those which did not have any value. Okay, and again, then I have taken sex is equal to female. I have dropped them. All right, labels I have given as male and female. Now I'm box plotting age by gender. All right, so when I do that, yeah, so when we do this, this is how I'm getting. All right, so if you just check, male and female box plots have been created. There are two different box plot in one axis. Remember wisely that in the previous session we did subplot for different box plot in different axes in one figure. Here we are doing two box plots in one axis. All right. Yeah. So nevertheless, this is how you do it. If you want, you can use plt.boxplot. Boxplot. Right. Please do not use plt.boxplot another time. Inside that only with comma you can give whatsoever number of box plots you want. Right. Mind well. I have taken this data frame. Right. And then I have taken another data frame, both dependent on the gender with respect to their ages. All right. So this is box plot of age by gender. Right. And when you do this box plot, this points which is depicted are the outliers. All right. As I said that in the previous one, it was not visible because it was taking the entire box plot. But box plot usually works with our data set very well, right? In order to understand that whether our data set has any outliers, I mean like any deviating points or not, box plot will help you to understand those point deviations. So here, if you check, Male has deviation. See, these are outliers. But if you check female, they do not have any deviation, right? This is the minimum. This is the maximum. This is my median, quartile 1, quartile 3, right? And this is how it works, right? Quartile 1, quartile 3, and this is my Foxflow generator, right? I'm giving you across 1 minute, just please do it simultaneously and check whether you are getting outliers or not, because outliers are there, right? For male. Okay, number of outliers means your data is a bit haphazard, a bit, right? Uh, in order to get your model work well, please try avoiding outliers. But anyway, today research is going on for something which is very different, that is outlier based research is going on today. So, yeah, this is very important. Okay, I understand all of you would have done it. All right, and coming to the last portion of this particular file, we did subplots, right? Subplots is combination of one or more plot. Multiple plots can be, shown in one figure. And this is what we have. And I hope you remember that axis is it starts with index zero, right? So we have zero and one and two and three and so on and so forth. Here I have taken two. So one is a subplot for age histogram, and another one is a subplot for fair histogram. And if you remember, while we were doing what do you say, the plotting up there, I even told that age and fair are over numerical data and they are continuous in nature. So yes, I have represented histogram for those two columns only. So this is how the histogram looks like. All right, I want you to do the subplotting. So for subplot, I hope you remember the function is plt.subplot. All right, and 1 comma 2, 2 is our total number of plots that we want within a particular figure. All right, figure size I have kept is 12 comma 5. I have taken age, I have taken fair. All right, both I have because null values are there, I have dropped NA. Beans for both I have kept is 30 30. One I have kept till, another one color I have kept is coral. You can keep red and green, I don't mind. Okay, that is up to you. All right. And always remember that when you create a subplot, please do not forget you are supposed to set X label, Y label, and title. Right, that is what I have done. Set underscore title. This title is for histogram of age, first one. And then next that I have done here is for histogram of fair. Right, so we give a x as a 0 and 1. Right, then dot set underscore title fair distribution. X label I've given is fair. Here I've given is count. Here I've given age and count. Right, and I have saved the file. And if you please do it, and I'll give you a minute. Okay, now you must know that if I want to label something, if it's a simple plot, we give X label and Y label, plt dot X label, plt dot Y label. and plt dot title. If within a subfloor I want to set axis or probably set the title or axis labels, right? Then we give it with set underscore title, set underscore x label, and set underscore y label. All right, please remember this. Considering that all of you would have done it, okay, that's it with the first one. Now, whatever we have done here, all right, in Titanic dataset, the same thing we are going to do for tips dataset, because in the previous 3 days or probably previous one day you were working with both the dataset, Titanic and tips. So I have taken the same dataset. I was watching videos, so I came to know you were working with those two datasets. So I have taken the another one is tips. Right, I'll just show the file. Give me a moment. Again, uh, same thing. Import libraries and load tips dataset. So in tips dataset, we have total underscore bill, tip, gender, smoker, day, time, and size. Right. So this dataset contains what tip is given to whom, and whether it is like smoker, they are smoker or not. What day did they receive the tip? What time did they receive the tip? What is the size of the people who would have come, and the total bill and stuff, right? So let's do this now. Give me a moment, please. Yeah. So, first you all would have imported libraries and you would have loaded data set. I'll give you just a second, just a minute to just once check this in case if anybody is having any problem. Please understand that tips dataset again is inbuilt dataset of CPIN. So that is what I have taken. Right, you can take up any other dataset in case if you want to, because that you would have learned in the previous 2 days. Right, how to load dataset or take a dataset. Yes, to collaborate it with Collab, please uh, connect with your Google Drive and you can do it. Okay, now this is a, a line plot that I have created. Just give me a moment. Yeah. This is a line plot that I have created. This line plot is based on average tip by day. Day I have taken days I have this is having is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right? And the average tip. So what they have done is what I have done here is for every Thursdays I have taken the tip, I have taken its average. For every Fridays I have taken the tip, I have taken its average. Saturday, Sunday. Right? So I have shown it with a line graph. Right? Please understand you can show this with bar plot also. Right, but because I wanted to show different things, so I have done it with line plot initially. Right now, we know already what is group by. So there is group by day and tip. Right. So this is going to group it by days. So day of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that is grouped up, and the tip is calculated. So tip is nothing but that numerical value. This one. Yes. So probably on every Sunday it has accumulated this much tip, this much tip, this. So that gets grouped by, all right. And I have taken mean of it, which is nothing but our average. I've taken mean of it and I've reset the index. Right, then extract x and y values. I consider that you would be knowing what is mean and how you why do you require to reset an index. Because you would have been taught probably in the previous lecture, right? If not, please check with what is reset underscore index, right? But yeah, coming now to this, so days is equal to average underscore tip. That is this one. I've taken a day. That is my x value. Average underscore tip is my y value. Please understand always my independent variable. Usually, when I'm drawing a line, is going to be a kind of a categorical value. Right? So here day is our categorical value, being Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. While tape is our continuous value, probably a numerical value. Right? So that is what I have done, x and y. Then I have created a line plot. I have given figure size is 10 comma 5, right? You know that a line plot comes up with a function called as plt.plot. I've plotted days, average underscore tips. Marker I have given is O for oval, right? That means those points. You can keep marker is equal to triangle if you want. You can remove marker and simply give it in a single quote if you remember I did that too, right? Color is equal to teal I have given. Line style I have given is dash. In case if you are giving it without marker and putting it in single quote, you can remove line style and you can remove marker. Line width I have given here is equal to 2. Okay, then as I said, always do not forget giving title to your plot, labeling it. So I have given X label and Y label. All right, so this is day. I have given font size for each of it. All right, in case if you want, you can avoid giving font size. That is also fine. Simply label also would do. Here, this is the font size 12. And if you check up here, this is font size 14. You can even give color to it if you want. Okay, so that all depends on you. You can give font weight also. I hope you remember what is font weight. You can give it bold. Okay, if you want, you can give color also if you want. All right, so that is the plotting of title, X label, and Y label. And now from here onwards, we want to add text. Now, what is this text about? Text is all the mean that value is gathered out, the value that is calculated from this particular line. That is, yep. So this is going to generate me some value for a particular day, all right, with a average of this particular thing. All right, so that mean value whatsoever comes up is being displayed here in text. So what I have done is my x and y, all right, which I have created already for xy in zip days comma average underscore tips. You would have probably learned this function zip. All right, so I have taken my x as my days, average underscore tips as my y. I'm so sorry. Average underscore tips is equal to my y, this one, right? So I have zipped it days comma average underscore tips, and I plt dot text x comma y plus 0.01 is the distance that you take up. You can give plus, you can give minus. If you want it below the point, you can give like minus. All right, so that depends on you. And the formatted printing I have given y point 2f, so I have taken it till two float points. So after point you would be seeing there are two digits, so 2.77, right? Likewise I have given it. And I have given HA is equal to center. Now I hope you remember what is HA and VA. HA stands for horizontal alignment and VA stands for vertical alignment, right? And I've given font size is equal to 10. You can give a font size if you want. In case if you want to avoid, it's fine. I've given plt.grid true because I wanted to show you the grid. Alright, I have given line style is equal to dash dash. It is because of this grid. And alpha is the transparency. I have given is 0.6. In case if you don't want to show grid, you can avoid it. Okay, I've given plt.type underscore layout because I never wanted it to overlap. Right. In case if you avoid writing it, it's fine. Alright, then plt.show. Right, I'll just show you the code because that is essential. And if all of you can do along with me, right? Yep. Please tell me over WhatsApp if you are stuck anywhere. I'll help you out. Okay, I consider you would have done it. All right. Okay, I request all of you to please see the change in this also. If you do plus 0.01, it's going to be a bit above the line. The text comes up just above the point. This one. If you do, for example, 0.5, for example, please check what. Sorry, please check what comes up. So this is how the difference is there. And so it is 0.5. So always try keeping it the way you want, such that it should be above the point. If you want it below the point, please do minus. All right. Yeah. So that's it. So plt.text, I told you, right? The text and annotations are really important in your Matplotlib, right? So this is how it comes up. Right now, coming to scatter plot, right? As I said, scatter plot helps you check the data points that is tending nearer to each other. And this is what I have done. I have done scatter plot for the total bill amount with respect to tip. All right. So I have done like plt.scatter. I have done tips total bill. I have done tips tip, and I've given color as green. If you want, you can keep any other color. Alpha I have taken is equal to 0.6. All right, and plt.title scatter tip versus total bill. X level I have given is total bill, and Y level I have given is tip here. All right, and you show the plot. I'll give you a minute to perform this. Okay, consider you all would have done it. All right, I am moving further. Now, I have taken one bar chart, right, where I'm showing average day by day, right? We have already seen it through line. Am I right? This one 3.26, 2.99, 2.73, and 2.77. Same thing now we are representing but in bar format. Just check the difference first of all. Right? If you check bar plot, this is how it looks. If you check line plot, this is how it looks. So if you understand those the perception, see it of course depends on human perception. Whatever you feel good, probably I would not be feeling good. But when you essentially look at data visualization, they always think about one concept wherein it says that simpler is always good. That is, simplicity is always better when you plot something. Alright? So, simple plotting of line plot looks better than your bar plot. Because if you check bar plot, just check the yeah, just check this bar. Right. It is not seemingly looking that good than what it looks, the elegance is there in line. So whenever you are supposed to plot one or two multiple line plots with a single value, and where it can work with a point that particular number digit, right, and a line, please prefer line. But in case of there is something where you are considering, counting something, and probably you want to show there are so many bars coming up, and there is some deviation in certain such, plotting mechanism that is there, then in that case, please use bar plot. But otherwise, line plots are always better. Right now, here if you check, I've again taken same thing. Okay, this is another way I've done. I've just given dot me, all right, and then I have given indexing of it. So days is equal to average underscore tip dot index, as my value, and then tips is underscore average I have taken as its values. All right, so this is the value and the index. So if you check here, um, this is my index, right? And thus what I have given are my values that is to be counted. All right, and now what I do is plt dot bar. So I take up days and tips underscore average where I have counted the values. This value is nothing but the mean of the total tip for a particular day, right? Because I have grouped it. So group by I have already used on basis of day and tip. All right, so that is how it comes up. Then color I have given is coral. Okay, I have given plot title, plot X label, Y label. This is very essential. Please do not anytime forget to give title and X labeling and Y labeling. Then I have added text above it. All right, here I have given I comma value into 1.0. Instead of zipping anything, I have done as enumerator. All right, you can enumerate also. You would be knowing what is an enumerator, right? As a data type, you would have learned it during your C also. All right, then plt.text, assuming that you would be knowing what is now HA and VA. All right, so I've given HA as center and vertical alignment as bottom. All right, and I give plt.show, then this is how it comes up. Right, you can please increase, decrease here, right? That will increase and decrease the this 3.26 and stuff, like the one which we did up there, right? So please do this for a minute. The value I've given is again 0.2f. It is same as above. I actually took the same quarter and just changed few of those. I wanted to show you an enumerate because we have to trick through. So this is why I've done enumerate. Okay, I consider all of you would have done it. Yes, now I'm going to show you tip based on day, tip based on gender, tip based on time, and tip based on smoker. So here essentially I wanted to show how a subload is created, right? And for subload I found this particular more useful because I wanted to show that how a tip varies from tip versus day, tip versus gender, tip versus time, and tip versus smoker. Right, so I have given different colors for it. Just check. Okay, all of you would be knowing what I have done. This one, right? We have prepared categories and plot information. Of course, I have written over here. But what is this and all? You would be knowing what is this, right? So for a particular day, average tips by day of the week, average tips by gender, average tips by time of day, and average tips by smoker versus non-smoker. All right. I've given the color. Let's check further. Now I'm creating subplots. Right now we know subplots are created with figure and axis. All right. Here I have taken, if you check subplots as 2 comma 2, which essentially means 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, and again 15, which essentially means 2 rows and 2 columns. If I give 1 comma 4, then it will be 1 row and 4 columns. right? So one row and four columns. So in one row only all those four clothes will come up. But that was, creating a lot of problem. I had to move my cursor here and there. So it's better that instead of moving or scrolling it like this, I did it like two by two. Right? I have given figure size 12 comma 10. Right now, I have given access to flatten. So that is, it is going to help me in indexing my values. Right? Then I have created iteration. Right. So loop over each float config. So in the previous session also we did, looping. All right. So I have done the same thing for I, comma, category, title, and color in enumerate floats underscore info. Right. So there are four floats. So initially day with tip, then gender with tip, time with tip, and smoker with tip will come up into this plots underscore info. All right. Then grouped is equal to tips dot group by. All right. Group by I have done is on the basis of category. All right. And tip dot mean, and again I have to reset index. Right. You would be knowing what is reset index. Right. Then x and y. So x being my category, y being my tip. Again, I repeat, we know that X is an independent variable. It could be a categorical data. Y usually needs to be a continuous one or a numerical data. So that is how I have kept it. Right. So X and Y I have grouped as category and tip. Bars is equal to X is I dot bar XY. Color is equal to color. I have already mentioned the color here. Right. And edge color I have given black. X is I dot set underscore title. Title I have given, X label I have given, which is going to be in capital. Alright, you can give simple category, it's fine, but I have given one function dot capitalize in case if you want to put it in capital. I've given Y label average tip because it is in dollar, I've given it in dollar. X is I, greed, X is Y, line style I've given is dash dash, and alpha I've given is equal to 0.6. And then I have labeled them with text data. Now we know what is text data, right? And text data I have given height as 1.01 in order to print that particular textual data onto the bar. And when you execute this, this is how it is shown. If you just check, this first one is average tip by day. Second one is averaged by gender. There are two gender, male and female. So this is averaged by gender. Down there in the second row, there is average tip per day. Day means time. That is time is dinner and lunch. All right. And fourth one that is there is average tip by smoker. Right. So average tips by smoker versus non-smoker. So yes and no. And you can check that all of this are aligned center. We know center alignment and edge alignment, right? But yes, this is how it is created. And if you just see, let me give you a moment. For every of this, the index is given. Yes, this is index. And for every of this bar, a text data is given up there representing its value. I have kept point 2f, so it is showing me 2 points after, sorry, two digits after a point. All right, so this is how it is shown. Okay, and this is where I have created a subplot. All right, I want all of you to do this because this is very essential. Again, I'll just decrease a bit of size so in order to fit it a bit. I'll give you 3-4 minutes to perform this. Right, please write it and then I'll scroll it down further to show the titling. Good, the title that we have given to the bar. All right, please take your time because if you understand this wisely you will be then able to understand what and how to plot. All right. There is a data set called as IDs in SNS. Try working with that data set in case if time permits. Once the lecture is completed, I'll put my material, my all three, what do you say, collab script in on that particular drive. Please go through it. Try changing the values. Try taking up and loading iris dataset. Work with iris dataset. Again, an inbuilt dataset of SNS. It will come to know how it is done and what are different things that comes up other than tips and tightening. Because this one is readily available, you will be able to do it. Try doing it for some other data set, then actually you will come to know that whether you have understood it or not, right? And any a time if you come across any problem, this WhatsApp group is there. Please do ask, because visualization actually is very easy, but if you know all the parameters only then when to use, what to use, and how far you should use such parameters depends on your perception, right? So, in case if you are using those parameters, you can have a better visualization, right? But if you are not using, then also see few of those people who are working, they keep it very simple, no color combination and stuff, only white and black and stuff. You can do that too. But visualization should look, appealing, and it should be kind of the aesthetics that you use, the look and feel you should get by seeing those visualization. Graph is really required. Right? So again, I'm just scrolling it down in case if those who are doing with me, this is we are adding value to the bars, so textual data. Please do that too. Is it done? Okay, consider you would have done it. Right, I'm moving further. Please check the file if you have not completed it. Please do it today only. All right, and let me know tomorrow in case if you encounter some problem. Please try working with Iris if time permits. I don't know how busy you would be, but in case if you get time, work with Iris dataset also. Try bringing any doubts if it is there tomorrow. Right. Yeah. So now we are creating one histogram. This is again, I've kept it very simple. Okay, I've created a histogram based on total underscore bill. And total underscore bill again is a continuous value. I hope you remember histogram should have a continuous value, right? So total underscore bill is a continuous value, and it should be in a numerical data. All right. It's not like bar. Bar chart can have categorical and or discrete values. All right, so it can work with that, but histograms won't. All right, so coming back to that hist, we know the function is plt.hist, right? I have taken tips, then total underscore bin. I have kept bins is equal to 10. You can keep bins as much as you want. I've kept color is equal to purple, edge color is equal to black. Histogram of total bill is my title, labeling X and Y label, and just simply showing the plot. Right, so this is what comes up as in plot. This is histogram, right? Please do the code of this, and please write orientation is equal to horizontal, right? And please put hist type is equal to bar. Just check what comes up, please. All of you do along with me only. Here itself, please try. I'm so sorry. Okay, understanding you would have done histogram. All right, now let's move to box plot. Right. Let's check how the box plot turns up. So again, I have not done anything. I've kept it really simple. Again, for the same fill, that is total underscore bill. Okay, I have shown you plt.boxplot tips total underscore bill. I have plot the title. I've given y label. I have shown the plot, and that's it. If you just check, there are outliers, right? And there is a minimum, a maximum, quartiles, box, and a median, and there are so many outliers, right? So if you would have given extraordinary tip and probably that is not fitting into the box plot that is there, the median range, right? So those points are being shown up there, right? I want all of you to do that too. Let's just check. Please see to it that when you are doing bar plot, line plot, whatsoever number those points are there, please do apply a title on it, or the text rather. Right, so text should be there so that person comes to know that what is the exact value of it. Right, otherwise they will haphazardly tell that this bar has this much value. Don't do that. Right. I hope all of you would have done it. Yes. Now, last portion of it, we are going to create uh, it's a pie chart, and I have taken again gender count with the one which we showed right in titling. The same thing I have done here. Right, I have taken plt.access from there only. Like I have taken it up. I have just um, changed from Titanic to tips, all right, from DF rather to tips, all right. So this is again light blue, light pink, same equal aspect ratio I've taken, all right, and this is how it is done, and this is what I get, all right. Uh, Please try doing that too. Yeah, all of you please code this. I hope all of you would have done. Yes, I consider all of you would have done. Now, uh, just the last thing, I've created a subplot for total underscore bill using the above. I'm sorry, it got loaded again. I have created a subplot with both again total bill only, but one being a histogram, another one being a scatter plot. Right. So if you just check, if you just check, this is how it looks. So total bill histogram and tip versus bill of scatter plot. There is also a total bill only, and this particular is the cluster that is showing that number of points in this range is higher, right? And I've created a subplot. All right, and you can give the color combination as per your need requirement, right? And please do this too. And one more thing, in case if I want a histogram, scatter plot, and a line plot, then now you must know that you have to simply keep the line plot code down there, and you have to keep accesses to, right? And figure their subplots where we have kept 1 comma 3 you have to do. Right, so please do that too in case if time is there. Of course, we have time. Please do that. Try doing a line plot also, just beside it. So be it 1 comma 3 and try doing that. You can change colors if you want. I guess all of you would have completed. Yeah. Now, that is the end of this particular thing. Anybody is having any doubt, please ask. And I want all of you to once do it for iris dataset also on your own, right? And just like as I mentioned, hist plot also please change it. For example, here if you want, I'll just show once because time is there. I can keep hist type is equal to, I can say bar, and what is it? Orientation is equal to, I can give horizontal. And if I run this is how I'm going to get it. Right, I want all of you to do for this. Please do it here too for getting this bar as a bar H. Just check if you are able to get it right. The plot in a horizontal format. You can try for this one, right? Plt dot h. Please try putting height is equal to whatsoever you want, maybe 0.3. Right? Try executing it. I'll not execute, you have to do it. Please check whether you are able to get that. Check on width also. In case if you are not using bar h, please check on width also with bar. I guess we would have done it, right? And yeah, that's it from my end today. All right, I'll just revise what we have done the entire day. Matplotlib has it is a library which is helping you in data visualization. All right, and we started with what is visualization eventually. Right, coming to my PPT once, just because I want to brief it out. Right. So visualization is a technique which is going to help you visualize your data properly, right? And we have for computer system data visualization, right? Data visualization is visualizing your data, which is very very the one which is converted to information and leading us to knowledge and wisdom, right? And this data visualization helps you to predict certain trends, give you certain such analysis, predicting the outcome of how data is essential and all. All right, so that was what is data visualization. When you talk about data visualization, it is basically those graphs, the charts, and probably those floating and the using visual aids. We try to show something which is very concise in a manner and is pictorial, right? So pictorial representation is something what is data visualization. All right, so we have seen charts and graphs. Infographics is there. All right, when you put certain information inside your graph, it becomes infographics. Dashboards we won't be able to create, of course, because yes, but instead I taught you how to create subplots, right? Because dashboard is going to be an interactive one, right? So dashboard changes on the basis of your clicks, all right? So that is not going to be dealt. I told that visualization falls into two: scientific and information based visualization. Please understand that all those which is discovered already and on basis of whatever is available, you present some visualization on it, then that is called as scientific visualization. But something which is information based, and on that information you try to conclude something and then you show the visualization, that is information visualization. So nowadays people are more into information visualization because scientific data usually are all deduced one. All right, while information based is usually generated from the patterns and trends. Right, so people today prefer information visualization, but anyway, science visualization itself is also of a higher, a demand wherever science is being, taking care of. So yeah, research in science visualization is also there, but it is all deduced one. All right. So that we talk, then we now know the importance of data visualization because we are able to visualize our data pictorially. Right. So those pictorial representation actually helps you to analyze data easily. Right. And the communication also becomes very easy. For example, when we saw the pie chart, right, it was mentioning 65.3 and 35.7 percentage. Right. So that female and male ratio or whatsoever was there, right? You can, from the picture itself, you can analyze that there are more males than females, Right. So that and all such conclusive statements and predicting certain patterns and trends would be easier when you use some visualization or visual aids to showcase your data. Right. Please mind well, in the entire session, whatsoever I have done is based on data set that is already inbuilt with Siebel. All right. I have not taken any external data set. In case if you require it, you can take it up. All right. There is only one difference. You will have to import your CSV file. All right, and then you can work on it. You'll have to create a data frame for it, and then it is again the one and the same. Just if you are working with Colab, I don't know how far you have worked with Colab, but in case if you are working with Colab, just see to it that a Colab folder is created in your drive and you save data without space. Whatever file you are saving, be it without space. So in case if it is a folder called as Colab, inside that you are making Disha space Parekh as a folder name, don't do that. Please use Disha Parekh without space and then paste your data sheet inside that folder, right? And then use it. Then in Colab, you can connect with Google Drive and it is then very easy to do. Right? Then I showed you advantages of data visualization. So when you worked with data visualization today, when we saw all this plots and all, but we came to know that how easily we can get to know what our data is about, right? For example, when we did Titanic data set, right? If I want to know the class, so there were first, second, third class. If I want to know that how many passengers are into first, second, and third, why I have to do the analysis on the basis of my Excel sheet? Why not just code few lines of it and visualize it with maybe a bar chart, maybe a line graph, maybe any sort of graphics, right? So it gives you an very easy to understand and improvised version of your whatever visualization you want, the way you want, with plotting, all right, and with very easy understanding of it, right? So there are a lot of advantages of data visualization, right? And then we started with Matplotlib. Now, essentially, you must know it is one of the essential library which is going to help you in data visualization. It has a module called as PyPlot, all right, and PyPlot has several functions inside it for line, for bar, for list. There are other plotting techniques also, like heat map, like color map. All right. So there are various such pipeline, is has various functions. You can use any of those functions, but essentially, before using Matplotlib, you must know what is NumPy and what is Pandas. All right. So I'm considering you already know it. All right. So yes, that and all is very much essential. Right, so we started with PyPlot, and the very first thing that we took was, okay. I forgot, missed out. We talked lastly about subplots. Right, so subplots has figures and axes. So figure is one canvas kind of thing, which is an outer region. Consider your page, for example. So that page is your figure. Inside page, whatsoever plots you draw are my axes. Right. So and please mind the uh, what is the spelling of axis here, and x is y and x-axis, right? They're different, right? Then we started with line plot. All right, we know that line plot is essentially the easiest and simplest form to represent my data, and to even give label of text. That means text showing what value it is having. All right, and line plot works with a numerical value or a series of values, right? And the function used is plt.float, right? And you must know that as many times plt.float you write, that many lines it will take up. Just to understand that you cannot have haphazard lines. So for that, I explained you how to, get only one dimensional line. All right, I did body fit function. You would have noticed during the first half session. All right, then we can do customization of it. We can have colors, we can have line width, we can have the line style. All right, and to mention again, I'm saying colors could be red, green, blue. There is RGB, C for cyan, W for white, K for black, and M for magenta, Y for yellow, and so on and so forth. All right, you can even give this color combination in color is equal to, and with hash you can give inside a single quote. All right, then lastly, you must even know that when you draw line plot, you can show those points in different formats. Like triangle is there, so we can use caret symbol, star point depiction by star. So we can show it with star. If we want it in square format, we write S. If we want it in oval format, we write O. Right, a filled oval. And if I want a dotted line, we write columns. So that and all, please do check. My particular collab file that I'm going to share, I've written it in what is a comment. So just check. All right, then the second one we did was barcode. All right, barcode works with values, of course, being numerical, but in case if I am having any categorical value, all right, I can always perform value underscore count, and with the help of that, I can plot my bar chart. All right, the function for the bar plot is plt.bar. All right, again consisting of two values x and y, x being my categorical data usually I'm saying, right? If not, it's fine. And y being my values, all right, which is my dependent one, all right. And in this also you can have two functions. One is plt.bar and another one is plt.bar h. Please do not forget bars also gets overlapped. All right, so in order to overlap, you can do its positioning. And in case if you want stacked one, then please write plt.plot kind is equal to bar and stacked is equal to true. I hope you remember that, right? And then we did was scatter plot. Scatter plot essentially gives you points, the clusters, and shows that what all clusters can be created and what all data points are tending nearer to each other. Right, so scatter plot is there, and scatter plot essentially helps us to understand data better in a way where we can analyze that how far data is relevant to each other. All right, so scatter plot is used for that, and again, scatter plot has numerical values, numerical variables only, right? So please understand that too. You can use scatter plot, and in order to get a scattered point into color, different colors, you can use color map, that is C map I showed you in the previous session. All right, then we did was histogram. You must know that bar plot and histogram are different, right? Bar plot works even with categorical data, while histogram works only with numerical data. Please understand, one works with discrete values, another one works with continuous values. So while you're doing histogram, see to it that it has certain such continuous values only, right? Otherwise, it is of no use, and it is going to give you haphazard result, which is not depicted, which is not interpreted properly, right? So please use it wisely. The function is plt.hist, right? And it has data and beans into it. Beans, you can add number of beans, how many beans you want, that many beans you can add. All right, and then we have parameters like bean color, color, edge, style, etc. You can use that too. All right, and yes, histogram usually represents frequency. It is counted on the number of frequency, I mean the frequency level, right? Then we did was pie chart. You must know what is pie chart. So pie chart essentially is slicing of a particular a pie kind of structure. I mean, a circular structure. This slicing of data happens on the basis of its value, right? So it works well with categorical data and the value count that we perform on the basis of those categorical variables that we have, right? And so that is pie chart. Pie chart essentially also has functions like labels, then color, how much in point you want the answer. For example, I want 65.37. So 0.37 is 0.2f. So I can write likewise. Okay. Please check that too. And it essentially shows the value or weightage of a particular category compared to other categories. Right. So that is the basic use of pie chart. Right. Then we did was box plot, one of the very essential plotting mechanism, leading you to predict how many deviating points are there in your data set, right, on the basis of outliers. Right, so helps you to understand outliers. And box plot has, I mean, it represents minimum, maximum, median, first quartile, and the third quartile ranges. right? And a box is represented, and all those outlier points are represented within oval, unfilled oval shape kind of points, right? So if you are come across any such unfilled oval shape kind of points, please understand those are outliers, right? And they are exploratory variables. But anyway, that is box plot. Then we have subplots. So in case if I want to, for a particular data, I want a line plot also, and for the same data I want a bar plot also, and for the same data I want history plot also, right? So considering that I want for the same range of data, or for the same columns, I want three different visualization. Then I can use subplots, and subplots can be set with figures and axes, right? And you must know that a figure contains many axes, right? And it could be row and column wise. Okay, so 1 comma 1 is one row, one column. 1 comma 2 is one row, two columns. So two different plots will come up. And 2 comma 2 we already saw, I guess. So two rows and two columns. Right? So subplots are created, and subplots are very essential to understand or compare different plots with different, parameters and with different angles. Right, so subplots are very essential. Then we saw annotations and text. I guess I told it many a times that whenever you use Marplot, pie chart, or anything, please, or line plot also, please try to give text to it, because then only we will come to know that what is its value exactly. Right, so that is how annotations and text is given. Please understand, I showed you in the previous, I mean, in this session, the font weight, and then font style and stuff. So please use those custom fonts also. You can give font weight also. You can give font size also. Okay, and accordingly it will vary. I showed you how to do the textual alignment, that is horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. So please understand those two parameters, H and VA. All right, so it is horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. Okay. Lastly, styles and themes. Though there are various libraries, but we are using is right now Matplotlib. Right, tomorrow we are going to see Seagull. All right, and in case if I don't know how I'll be for these two data sets only I'm going to show, but in case if I'm able to show you the difference between Matplot and how Seagull works above Matplot, then I'll be showing it tomorrow, right? And they are basically used to give a good look and feel with greater aesthetics, of course, right? Lastly, any plot that you draw, you must know that you have to save the figure, right? And the figure is saved into your pen drive that you have with Google. Please understand that is a temporary one. In case if you are not connected with Google Drive, in case if you are connected with Google Drive and that is where you are executing it, it's fine. You can have the storage with you, right? You can download those files, and these files can have extension like PNG. JPG, I have would have written it as PNG, JPG, SVG, PDF formats also, right? So that is how you save the figure. I showed you example of how to do the basic plotting for all of this. Then post lunch session, I showed you how to work with Titanic dataset and tips dataset. Mindful whatsoever dataset I have worked with, please try working for the same thing. Please try doing it with Iris dataset in case if time permits. All right, and check if you can, work differently, and try using ggplot if you are able to. Right, but otherwise, Iris dataset working with Matplotlib also would work. It will give you sufficiently good visualization, right? And that's it from my end. Uh, yeah, these are the functions that is listed. Yeah, one more thing, I showed you plt.grid in this session, and plt.tight underscore layout helps you to, avoid overlapping of clothes, so that also is required, right? Please check this slides, and in case if you find any problem, let me know over WhatsApp, or probably tomorrow during the session we can first take the doubts. And that's it from my end. Kalpesh, sir,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. Anybody is having any doubt, because over WhatsApp I couldn't get any. I have not seen any
Hmm.
any doubts coming up. Do we have any doubts for this today?
Okay. Thank you,
Anybody
ma'am.
has any doubt? Okay, fine. Thank you so much, sir.
We have now come to the end of day 4 of our STTP. A heartful thank to Dr. Disha Parekh ma'am for her informative and interactive session today. Your insight into data visualization and tools and technique will surely help participants apply this concept in real world data analysis. Thanks also to all the participants for staying engaged and making today's session success. Until then, take care and keep exploring. Thank you, ma'am.